Alhaji and Malam Zurki in prison. I spent a few more days in Sabri, and then I went on to another city called Yamo. When I arrived there, I found that it was a feast day. I asked a small boy what the feast was for. The boy replied, "The emir's son has just been married." I went straight to the emir's house and began to give money to the beggars. The emir heard them calling me Al-Haji Imam, which means the friend of the prince. I soon became friendly with him and his son. Many people asked me to help them to speak to the emir and gave me money and presents. When I had enough money, I went on to Sasa. On my way into the town, I met a Syrian trader. I talked to him for a little time, and he thought I was trustworthy. He asked me to look after his money for him. After some time, I started to spend his money wastefully. I arranged parties with special musicians, and I enjoyed myself as much as I was able. The Syrian heard about this. He tried to catch me and put me in prison, but I ran away. When he found that he couldn't catch me, he sent a message to me. The message said that he had died, leaving me all his money. I knew that this was only a trick, but I said I would go and see him before he was buried. From the window, I saw him lying on a mat with his mouth open. I then said, "Is he really dead?" "I doubt it." "Why do you doubt his death?" the messenger asked. I said, "When I was young, I was told that Syrians never die with their mouths open." When the Syrian heard that, he slowly closed his mouth. From there, I ran out of the town, passing village after village. On my way, I met a villager who was very rich. I asked him how he had got all his money. He told me. He also asked me to keep his money for him for a little time. He thought we had become friends. Later, when he asked me to return the money to him, I smiled and said, "Return what? Return my money to you?" This began as a game, but it soon became a quarrel, and we decided to go to the judge. The judge was called Malamai Bakinchin Rashawa, and I knew that he would be on my side if I gave him some money secretly. I said, "Sir, the money is mine. I have 5 friends, Malam Pound, and 4 of his brothers, who know that it is mine. They are not here now, but they will come in the night." The judge understood from this that in the night I would bring him £5 if he said that the money was mine. He therefore said, "If this man has 5 Malams who know the truth, then the money is his. Take it away. We don't want trouble in this town." He looked at the villager and said, "You're trying to bring trouble to this town, and I shall send you to prison for 3 months." A few days later, I was walking near the river, and I saw a valuable necklace in the street. I picked it up and took it to the market to sell it. I did not know, but it belonged to the emir's daughter. A thief had stolen it in the night. I was caught and sent to prison because people thought that I was the thief. In prison, I was put in the same room as the villager I had tricked the week before. He and I were tied together with rope. I looked at the villager carefully and saw that he was Malam Zurk, whom the children had chased out of Saburi. "Zokejan, Muhammad," I said, and he answered, "Hima, Dai, Dan, Shehu." We then started to tell each other stories and soon became friends. After 3 months, we were set free and we left the town together. We traveled on and on through the bush until we reached the city of Ris. There we shook hands and said goodbye to each other. Alhaji's visit to Dandago and his story. I went on searching for Ruwan Bagaja, the water of cure, but I met no one who had even heard of it. Soon I came to a town called Dandago. There I met a girl called Jamilatu, who was the daughter of a learned teacher. She was very lovely, so I asked her if she would marry me. I was a good-looking young man in those days. The other men who had asked to marry her were old and ugly, although they had plenty of money. At last her father asked her to choose from among us the man she wanted to marry. She told her father to send an old man to tell each one of us that she was dead. We should come for the burial. When the first man was told of her death, he said, "Good news, she refused to choose the man she loved, and now she is dead." The old man went to the second man and told the same story. He too said, "Well done, death. Jamila too refused to choose one of us for her husband, and now she is dead. Well done, death." The old man went to the third man, and there too he got the same reply: "Go and bury her. I will not come." When he came and told me, I started to weep. I thought it was all a trick. I went to the room where she was lying and put my arms around her, weeping. She opened her eyes and said, "Here is my real lover. Here is the man I'll marry." We chose the day for our marriage and had a wonderful feast. Everybody in the town hated me, however.